Good morning. This is the day the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. That's Psalm 118:24. Today is Thursday, January 21st. In John 14, Jesus says, "Let not your heart be troubled." Many are troubled today, dealing with sickness, loss, hurt, abuse, grief, you name it. And many of my friends are experiencing that very thing, and they're experiencing it today. I'm thankful for the one who helps us in times of trouble, and I'm praying for them today. Many of the Bible truths from the tribulation period are dark and depressing, but remember, God is in control. Those who reject the gospel will be deluded and believe the lies of Satan and will not be saved. That's a hard truth to swallow. But that's not the end of the story. Today we look at the preachers that God will call in the tribulation to reach millions with the truth before they die. Millions will be saved. We're going to read some verses from Revelation chapter 7. Beginning in verse 1, "After these things I saw four angels standing at the four corners of the earth, holding the four winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, or the sea, or on any tree. Then I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God, and he cried with a loud voice to the four angels to whom it was granted to harm the earth and the sea, saying, 'Do not harm the earth, the sea, or the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God on their foreheads.'" This is the judgment of plagues, and God is stopping it until these preachers, called out preachers, can be sealed and protected. Verse 4, "And I heard the number of those who were sealed, 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel were sealed." That's 12,000 from the 12 tribes, 144,000 Jewish evangelists. And we're not reading the scripture today, but there are also two witnesses, two prophets that will be preaching the gospel during the tribulation. Now to verse 9. "After these things I looked, and behold, a great multitude which no one could number, of all nations, tribes, peoples, and tongues." These are Gentiles, "standing before the throne and before the Lamb." So now the scene has changed to heaven. "Clothed with white robes, with palm branches in their hands, and crying out with a loud voice, saying, 'Salvation belongs to our God who sits on the throne and to the Lamb.' Then one of the elders answered, saying to me, 'Who are these arrayed in white robes, and where did they come from?' And I said to him, 'Sir, you know.' So he said to me, 'These are the ones who come out of the great tribulation, and washed their robes, and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. Therefore they are before the throne of God, and serve him day and night in his temple. And he who sits on the throne will dwell among them, and they shall neither hunger any more, nor thirst any more. The sun shall not strike them, nor any heat, for the Lamb who is in the midst of the throne will shepherd them, and lead them to living waters, living fountains of waters, and God will wipe away every tear from their eyes." Let me ask this question: why no tears? Because they came out of great tribulation, and God will wipe all of that pain away. Now, briefly, as we apply this, how does God reach the multitudes if the believing church has been raptured and those that heard the truth and rejected it are deluded? Well, the tribulation's only 7 years. It's a very limited amount of time. God calls out 144,000 Jewish preachers of the gospel who will preach around the world. Secondly, there will also be two prophets that will proclaim the gospel to the world. Thirdly, these evangelists and prophets will be sealed by God. They're called and they're protected to complete their work. Fourthly, multitudes of Gentiles and Jews will be saved. And fifth, God will wipe away all their tears. The suffering of this present time will not compare with the glory to come. That's a promise for us today as well as for the future. Well, today is Thursday, January 21st. Love God, love people, love never fails.